Hi, it's Craig with ProLite Gear, and for the last couple hours I've been at the store playing around with all our different sleeping bag options and decided I want to tell you about Mountain Equipment and their Xero line of sleeping bags. Xero is spelled with an X. Mountain Equipment is one of those brands from the UK, similar to Rab and Montaigne, premier, super high quality company producing fantastic products. They're just not well known in the United States market yet. Rab is becoming, better known in our market. Montaigne is known among select customer niches in our market, specifically the lightweight backpacking communities. And Mountain Equipment, if you're not familiar with them as a brand, you should really look into them. They've been around for over 50 years and they are producing just some amazing products. Sleeping bags are probably one of the most important product categories for me. I really value a good night's sleep, and so I'm pretty picky about the sleeping bags that I use. And we've got a lot of really good sleeping bags up on the wall from Bolandre, Western Mountaineering, Terra Nova, Mountain Equipment, Montbell, etc. And we've done videos on those, but I want to go through some of the features of the Xero sleeping bags from Mountain Equipment. On top here I've got the Xero 550. The number in that references the weight in grams of down used in filling the sleeping bag. So 550, 550 grams. Below it I've got the Xero 300. And the reason I want to go through the Xero 300 is it's roughly rated to be a 28 degree bag, which is right in the sweet spot or the most common comfort range or temperature rating for sleeping bags. The reason I brought this sleeping bag out and the reason I want to bring it to your attention is it has a stretch system similar to what Montbell used to use in their previous generation of sleeping bags called the Ultralight Down Hugger Super Stretch. And I happen to have one here. This is my personal sleeping bag. This is an Ultralight Super Stretch Down Hugger number 2, and this is one of my favorite bags. Unfortunately, Montbell discontinued making these bags in favor of telling the spiral down hugger story. And personally, I just do not like the spiral line of sleeping bags as much as I did this generation of sleeping bags. In fact, I liked this generation so much I offered to order a substantial number from Montbell if they would continue to manufacture them for us. And they chose not to. I think the reason they did that is because perhaps the patent on this stretch stitching technology expired, because other companies are now using something similar to this, and in order to have a proprietary technology in the market, they need to move to a diagonal stretch so that they could protect that idea. That's just pure speculation on my part. I don't know why they preferred to discontinue this in favor of the spiral stretch. I know on paper the spiral series of sleeping bags from Montbell seem superior, but up close and in person I just don't prefer them as much. Let's see here, I do have one here. Oh, here it is. Sorry for going off camera there. I will say this, I believe that Montbell has made improvements in the fabric used in the spiral super stretch from when they first released these. I remember having a very negative reaction to the fabric when I first saw it. It's a mechanical 4-way stretch in the fabric, and this is a very stretchy sleeping bag in pretty much any direction. I don't own one of these. I tried them out, and like I said, I just didn't prefer it. I've heard from other customers that have used them that this fabric tends to absorb and retain water or moisture more than the previous generation. Take that for what it's worth. I've just heard it from customers, and that may have been a previous generation of fabric used on these. I don't know specifically. But what I like so much about this generation of Ultralight Down Hugger Super Stretch from Montbell is that it was very roomy. I tend to toss and turn a lot and get my body into all sorts of crazy conditions, and this just stretches really wide, but at the same time the idea behind the stretchable stitching is that the sleeping bag sucks up around your body and reduces the dead air space that your body needs to heat, making them more thermally efficient. And lab studies have shown that by having an elastic stitch in there and having that sleeping bag snug up around you, you are on average around 5 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 to 3 degrees Celsius warmer without adding any additional weight. Okay, let's start going through some of the features of this sleeping bag. To start with, I'm going to point out that the stitching on the exterior of this sleeping bag is not the elastic stitching, what they call EXL system. It's just the stitching on the inside that's elastic. So having tried out both this bag and the comparable bag from Montbell, this isn't going to be as stretchy. It's built on what they call their Alpine fit, so it's going to be a narrower cut bag. But even though it doesn't have the stitching on both sides, I still find it a very comfortable bag, and from my perspective, I felt like it sleeps warmer than my Montbell bag that I had. Let's see here, let's talk about the fabric. It uses their HE30 fabric, which as the name suggests is 30 grams per square meter. The baffles on this are 5.5 inches wide. The baffles on my Montbell sleeping bag were 7.5 inches wide. These are a slanted baffle. The combination of the slant and the narrower baffles help keep the down in place. Down in the foot box, they use what is called their Trapezium 4 foot box. It's a trapezoidal shaped foot box with 4 baffles, hence the name. Up at the top here, they've got a very good hood, and there's a lot of down in this hood. They call it their DC7 hood. DC stands for down control with 7 baffles. I find this just to be a very comfortable, very well thought out, very warm hood. There is a nice neck collar, draft tube on the collar here, with a draft tube behind the zipper with some gross grain webbing there just to prevent zipper snag, and it is a 3/4 length zipper. So, we've done reviews on the Volandre bags, we've done reviews on the Western Mountaineering bags. I think this is a bag worthy of consideration. I think they've done a great job on this. I really like the quality. I like the materials they've used in this bag. And I like the way this bag sleeps. Not quite as roomy as my previous generation Montbell Ultralight Down Super Stretch, but a good option as a replacement if you can't find one of those bags. I think that's all I have for this bag for right now. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, 406-582-0508, or send us an email to info@prolightgear.com. Thanks for watching.